Hey guys, welcome back to True Crime with Shannon, where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. Well, we got some more information on little Madalina, the 11-year-old that has been missing, well, was not reported missing, rather, for 22 days out of Cornelius. But before I get into that, I got a couple, maybe three missing posters to show you guys. There's just so many on Twitter right now. It's heartbreaking. It truly is. So let me pull up the first one here. All right, so the first poster is Talia Hylund. Looks like she's 16 years old, 5'4". Weight is approximately 120 to 130. Brown hair, brown blonde hair, brown eyes. She is Native American Indian. She was last seen on December 6th at Lathrop High School, and they give the address of 647 Spartan Way, Lathrop, California. And there is a case number here. They are asking if you have any information about Talia to contact the Lathrop Police Department, Officer Detective Memory at 209-871-5652, or her mother, Tashina Adroli, Tashina Adiroli at 707-458-5159. Or, of course, you can always call 911. So if you have any information on this missing 16-year-old out of California, please do contact the authorities. So let me pull up at least one more here. There's a lot of these small posters on Twitter. Okay, and we have a couple little posters like this one here. This one here is Arianna Smith. She's a 13-year-old who went missing on December 10th in Tulsa, Oklahoma. There's not much on her, that's just that photo and that brief information and where she's missing from. They are asking if any information regarding Arianna to please call the Tulsa police at 218-596-9222. Again, this is Arianna Smith from Tulsa, Oklahoma. And let me see if I can pull up one more. All right, and it's another similar poster. This one is Samantha Humphrey. She's 14 years old. She went missing on November 25th this year, so she's been missing for almost a month out of Schenectady, New York. If any information on Samantha, please call the police at 518-788-6566. So if you have any information on any of these teenagers, please do contact the authorities. We are still talking about little 11-year-old Madalina Cojocari. And this is a bit of a timeline of her disappearance, and I'm going to go over as much information as we do know. Both her mother and her stepfather have since been seen in court, and both have high bonds, high bails on them. So I believe they're both still there, and they're playing the blame game. So it's anybody's guess of what happened to this poor kid. States after mother Diana Cojocari and stepfather Christopher Palmeter were arrested, many questions have been raised about the events leading up to her disappearance. This is out of Cornelius, North Carolina. As a convoluted and haunting story unfolds surrounding missing 11-year-old Madalina Cojocari from Cornelius, North Carolina, newly released arrest documents help outline the events leading up to her disappearance. Below is a timeline of the events as reported by law enforcement, witness statements to officials, and court proceedings. So you guys know how much I love my timelines, so I'm always about the timelines, and these are usually pretty much facts or as close to them as we can gather. November 21st, 2022, Madalina's last day. This appears to be the last day Madalina Cojocari was at school, according to what Miss D. Lampkin, who is a sixth grade school counselor at Bailey Middle School in Cornelius, North Carolina, told authorities. Video later released by the FBI on December 20th confirms her leaving the school bus at 4:59 p.m. this day. And I'll show that as well. There is a bit of video from the bus. November 22nd, 2022, conflicting dates. According to an arrest record, the mother of missing 11-year-old Cornelius girl Madalina Cojocari, Diana Cojocari, told police she last saw Madalina at noon this day. But later in that same arrest record, Diana changes her story and said she last saw her on November 23rd at 10 p.m. instead. That's quite a mix-up, Mom. You don't know where your kid is? Come on, she's 11. November 23rd, 2022, Madalina last seen. Diana Cojocari claims later in the same arrest record that she actually saw Madalina at home this day around 10 p.m. when she went to bed. Diana told police later that she and Madalina's stepfather, Christopher Palmiter, fought that evening. So now we're learning of this fight. So there's apparently a fight between mom and stepdad. So this starts to make me wonder if something happened during this fight. Because now we're leading to November 23rd, 2022. Stepfather leaves town. In arrest records later reveal, Christopher Palmiter claims he drove to Michigan this night to, quote, pick up items, unquote. In those same records, he told police he hadn't seen Madalina for a week prior to this. So, what is it, guys? Did you last see her the day before, that day? So there's a lot of mix up that both mom and stepfather have on when they last saw this 11-year-old girl. She's not a high school kid. She's not 18. So, she's 11 years old. She's a middle school kid. Where else is she going to go? November 24th. When did the stepfather leave? Diana Cojocari tells police in those same arrest records that Christopher Palmiter actually left to Michigan early on November 24th, not on November 23rd, as he stated. Diana told police she had gone to Madalina's room around 11:30 a.m. and noticed she wasn't in her room. So where did she go? It's so many questions, so many questions. Okay, November 26, 2022. Stepfather returns. Christopher Palmiter said he returned this evening and asked Diana where Madalina was, and Diana said she didn't know where she was. Christopher told authorities he told Diana he didn't know where Madalina was either. They both reportedly accused each other of hiding Magdalena. Neither reports her being missing at this time. Christopher tells authorities he asked Diana many times where Madalina was over the following weeks, but neither still knew where she was. Okay, so we're just blaming, oh, I don't know where she is. You took her. Oh, I don't know where she is. You must have hit her. Yeah, come on. This is a 60-year-old man, okay, and a 37-year-old woman. 37-year-old woman who gave birth to this 11-year-old girl. That's her mom. And she has no idea where her 11-year-old daughter is. I'm not buying it, guys. I'm just not. I'm not buying it. Something happened, I think, on that 22nd, 23rd. Something happened. December 12th, 2022, SRO home visit. Bailey Middle School Resource Officer Jay Nobles and Misty Lampkin reportedly visit the home of Madalina Cojocari because she had been truant since November 21st. No one answers the door, so they leave a truancy packet at the home. December 14th, 2022, truancy meeting held. The sixth grade school counselor calls Diana Cojocari in to meet about Madalina. The counselor told police that Diana Cojocari said she would bring Madalina to school tomorrow to discuss her recent truancy. December 15th, 2022, Madalina reported missing. Diana Cojocari arrives at the school without Madalina. So the sixth grade school counselor calls the school resource officer into the meeting. Diana reportedly says Madalina had been missing since November 22nd at noon. Diana later says she actually saw Madalina on November 23rd at 10 p.m. These people have no idea. Their story, whew, they can't even stick to a time and a date that they last saw an 11-year-old. It's just sad. All right, now we go to December 16th, 2022. FBI brought in to help. The FBI confirms they're helping with the investigation into Madalina's disappearance. December 17th, 2022. Mother and stepfather arrested. Cornelius police announced Christopher Palmiter has been arrested. Diana Cojocari is arrested later that day. December 19th, 2022, Palmiter in court. Christopher Palmiter appears in court. His bond is increased to $200,000. December 19th, 2022, the lake search. The search for Madalina expands to an area that includes Lake Cornelius. December 20th, 2022, Cojocari in court. Diana Cojocari makes her first appearance in court before a judge. Her bond is increased to $250,000. So hers is $50,000 more than her husband's. December 20th, 2022, new documents revealed. A new court document reveals new and conflicting details in the investigation, including what happened leading up to Madalina's disappearance and how she was eventually reported missing. So this is very disturbing, and it's hard to know what to believe that comes out of these people, that out of her parents' mouth. It truly, truly is, because I think that they're both full of it to a degree. But the real question is, where is Madalina? Okay, so the FBI Charlotte has released a video of her getting off the bus on November 21st. So here we go. These are the other kids getting off, and there she is right there. She was alive and well at 4:59 p.m. on November 21st. What happened after that? Nobody knows. Well, I assume her mom and her stepfather know. So this is WBTV, and they have update. I think this was today. I'll clarify that here. Mom is stating the mother of missing Cornelius girl believe husband put her family in danger per court documents. So this was this was published today at 9:50 a.m. The mother of missing 11-year-old Madalina Cojocari says she believed her husband put her family in danger and maintained she did not know what happened to the child, court records state. Cojocari's mother, Diana Cojocari, and stepfather, Christopher Palmiter, were arrested December 17th after failing to report the Cornelius girl as missing for almost 3 weeks. WBTV has obtained another arrest sheet from law enforcement detailing probable cause. A detective wrote that when he questioned Diana Cojocari, she said she believed her husband put her family in danger and maintained she didn't know what happened to Madalina. She also allegedly said family in Moldova, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, told her to call the police, but she still hesitated. Diana Cojocari reportedly told detectives that her daughter did not have a phone and that a book bag with some of her clothes were missing. She also told the detective that her daughter didn't have any friends or family that she would be with. Yeah, that's suspicious. Yeah, she is from this country, Moldova. I'm going to look that up a bit here because this is the first I'm hearing about it. I honestly do not know much about that country. So this is the Cornelius Police Department press release. Here it states, update on missing juvenile. Let's see if I can pull that up. Actually, it's on Twitter. All right, that's easier to read. Update on missing juvenile. The Cornelius Police Department, the FBI, and SBI are continuing the investigation to find 11-year-old Madalina Cojocari. Today, we are releasing surveillance video from her school bus as Madalina got off at her stop on November 21st, 2022 at 4:59 p.m. This is the last time we have independent confirmation of when she was last seen. Madalina's mother and her stepfather told detectives they saw her on November 23rd, 2022. We are seeking additional witnesses outside of the family to narrow down the exact timeline of when she disappeared. As previously released, Charlotte Mecklenburg School employees contacted Diana Cojocari on several occasions to inquire about Madalina's being absent from school. After repeated contact, Diana Cojocari went to Bailey Middle School on December 15th and reported to the school resource officer that Madalina was missing. They asked if you have any information to call the Cornelius Police Department at 704-892-77 2023 or 1-800-CALL FBI. So sounds like there's a lot of confusion on the dates here. We only know for sure that she was last seen on that 21st by independent, eyes, and then her family is reporting on the 22nd, 23rd. So there's a bit more of the article here. Authorities visited the home at one point and found an area in the kitchen blocked off with plywood, according to the report. When asked about it, Palmiter allegedly told officers that he was going to make a separate apartment. Due to the circumstances surrounding the absence of Madalina Cojocari and the 3-week delay in reporting Madalina missing, I believe there's probable cause for an arrest, the arrest sheet read. Madalina was reported missing on December 15th, despite not having been seen for 3 weeks beforehand. Cornelius police released surveillance video of Madalina getting off her school bus on November 21st at 4:59 p.m. This is the last time authorities have independent confirmation of when she was last seen. The Cornelius Police Department, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and the State Bureau of Investigation are searching for the child. Madalina weighs approximately 90 pounds and was last seen wearing jeans, pink, purple, and white Adidas shoes, and a white t-shirt and jacket. Yeah, there's something, in my opinion, bells are going off. I don't know about you guys. Bells are going off. So let's watch their video here.
Have just learned new details in the disappearance of 11-year-old Madalina Cojocari.
WBTV has obtained the arrest sheet from Madalina's mom, Arianna Cojocari, and we are getting those new details. WBTV's Mary Calkins has been covering the story, joining us live right now from the courthouse. Mary, there is a lot of new information in that document.
Abby, there is the document that I have here in my hand. It sheds a new light on what Cojocari and her husband, also Madalina's stepfather, Christopher Palmiter, say happened in the days following Madalina's disappearance. Now, we know the little girl was last seen November 23rd, but she was not reported missing until December 15th. Now, let me lay out for you some of the key points that we discovered in this document. So, Cojocari told officers she had not seen her daughter since the day before Thanksgiving. When asked why she did not report her daughter missing for 22 days, she told an officer she worried it would cause, quote, conflict between her and her husband. Now, the arrest sheet says, quote, she explained that she believed her husband put her family in danger, but she did not know what happened to Madalina. Now, Cojocari told officers Madalina does not have a cell phone or friends she could stay with. She actually contacted extended family members who advised her to call the police, which again, she did not. Now, according to the arrest sheet, officers searched the home and discovered Madalina's backpack and some of her clothes are missing from the home. And during the search, they did inquire about renovations in the kitchen. The arrest sheet says the couple is adamant they do not know where their little girl is. Now, both the mother and stepfather appeared in court earlier this week, charged with failing to report Madalina's disappearance, and they are both being held in the Mecklenburg County Jail under substantial bonds. Now, the FBI, the SBI, and the Cornelius Police Department, they have been searching the Cornelius neighborhood where Madalina lived with her mother and her stepfather. Now, from this sheet, we also know that police have searched their home. It talks about searching the home, the kitchen, Madalina's bedroom. So, of course, I am working to get any arrest warrants. We're going to head back into the courthouse in just a few moments. And of course, as any new information becomes available, you will see it first here on WBTV. Live in Charlotte, Mary Calkins, WBTV on your side.
All right, Mary, thank you.
All right, just so a bit on Moldova, since this is something new to me. I had never heard of this country. There's so many countries, out near Russia and Romania and all those areas. And apparently it used to be part of the Soviet Union and it became its own country in 91, 92. And then it became, I guess, part of the United Nations officially in 1992. It seems like they speak their own language and states that they have a population of about 2.5 million people. And it's definitely, like I said, it's between Ukraine and Romania. So this map here is like, there's Moldova, and then it's between Ukraine and Romania, and there's Hungary over there. So that's apparently where Diana's family is, and be the family of her daughter as well. So that's where they were. They originally came from before they came to the United States. And from what I understand, Diana is a mail order bride, but I haven't been able to find too much on that yet. Although if you Google Moldova and mail order bride, you get quite a lot of information on the Google. So if you want to look into that, uh, have fun. So I won't do that on here. In case you guys want to check it out on your own, then go for it.
We're going to begin here at this hour with new details in the case of a missing 11-year-old girl from Cornelius. Queen City News got our hands on some court documents for Madalina Cojocari's stepfather, which reveal a lot more about the case and where it stands right now. Queen City News anchor Derek Dellinger is live in front of the Mecklenburg County Courthouse. So, Derek, what did you find in that warrant?
Well, the details provide a little bit more of the timeline that we've been looking for in this case, but it also raises some significant questions on what the parents knew and when. Now, this is what we know. This is the arrest sheet for Christopher Palmer. It says that Madalina Cojocari was last seen by her mother on November 23rd at 10 p.m. Diana Cojocari says that she, Diana, and Palmer had an argument that night, and the next morning he drove to Michigan to, quote, recover some items. Well, during that time, Madalina's mother noticed her daughter wasn't there and did not bring it up with Palmer until he returned home on the 26th. Now, by then, both Diana Cojocari and Palmer, they were asking each other where Madalina was, and those questions continued for weeks, and they never reported it. Well, the documents go on to say that the school took notice of this. They did a truancy check and that they went to Madalina's home. And eventually, Diana Cojocari met with school officials where she said that Madalina was missing, finally. And that's when the investigation started. Now, prosecutors say Palmer and Diana Cojocari have not been forthcoming at all since their arrest. And it's led to investigators going door to door and even searching parts of Lake Norman specifically as a precaution. Now, Palmer had a court date yesterday. He is still in jail. As far as Diana Cojocari is concerned, she had a court date a little bit earlier this morning. She was given a $250,000 bail. In the meantime, the search for Madalina still goes on. In fact, the FBI is assisting Cornelius police with this, and they want anyone with any information as far as her whereabouts before, maybe even after, to come forward. For now, we're live at the Mecklenburg County Courthouse with this information.
What do you guys think? I want to know what things did he have to retrieve? What items did Dad have to retrieve from Michigan? What ties does he have to Michigan? Something that I'm going to look into for sure, because that to me is a suspicious. All of a sudden around Thanksgiving, they have a fight, and the next morning he leaves early to retrieve items from Michigan. And of course, they're stating that they're not forthcoming, neither parent. And yeah, so something, in my opinion, something happened on the 22nd, 23rd, somewhere in there, because like I said, the dates seem to be off, but it's probably more than likely the 23rd. If they can confirm that Dad left on the 24th that morning for his supposed item trip to Michigan. But definitely something happened. Is it possible that during that fight, Madalina was hurt? I don't know. I mean, these are all speculation, of course, but something happened inside that home, and ever since then, this 11-year-old girl is missing. She's gone. Yeah, that's not normal at all. Not even remotely. And the two of them, when he comes back from his supposed trip that was last, 3 days, he comes home and they ask each other where she is, and then they play this game for weeks until the school confronts them. Very suspicious. Yep, very sus. All right, so that's pretty much what we know thus far on Madalina Cojocari. This is, again, one of her posters. And if you have any information on her, again, please do call the Cornelius Police Department or FBI in North Carolina. But what do you guys think? Do you think something happened at home? On that 22nd, 23rd, somewhere in there, and then said stepdad took a trip all of a sudden to Michigan. Again, I want to look into the whole Michigan thing, and if you guys know anything, let me know. My email's in the information of every video. If you've got any information on why Dad may have taken a trip to retrieve items in Michigan after this fight that he and his wife supposedly had. Let's look into that and see if that's some kind of thing. I hate to say it, I really, really do hate to say it, but I almost feel like something happened with Madalina, and that trip was uh, to take her somewhere. Yeah. So I hate to suggest that, but that comes to mind. Unfortunately, I guess you just follow too many of these cases. That's sort of the kind of things come to mind. But I really do hope that she's okay. I mean, I every time you hear about one of these missing kiddos, you really hope that they're found alive and okay. But sadly, this one's not looking good. Stories mom and dad are telling are pretty sus to me. All right, guys, I want to thank you guys for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up on the way out if you like the video and the content. Also, it helps the video get more traction on YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I would really appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button and notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. All right, guys, I hope you have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.